qualified for the semifinals in the women's 800 meters. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've had quite the year. Coming off making your first team at the USA Indoor Championships, how has this year built your confidence to take on some of the best competition in America?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you ask. I feel like I came off of indoors like really on a high, and then my outdoor season just like has not gone the way I wanted. So it's easy to forget about all that I did indoors, even though it was so recent. So I have definitely pulled from some of those races that I had indoors that I was really proud of, because I haven't had necessarily the season I wanted, to give myself that reminder, like, I belong here, I have just as good of a chance as anyone else. And yeah, just to continue to race smart, make it through the rounds, obviously first and foremost, and then if I get to the final, like, anything can happen, so just gonna give it my all and see what I can do.
Yes, the rounds here are a little different than the competition. You have 3 days in a row of competition. How do you prepare both physically and mentally to be at your best?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough having to navigate the rounds because, you know, you have to treat each race like it's the last. But obviously you want to exert as little energy as possible to do so it's kind of this tricky balancing act. But yeah, I just try to recover well, get good treatment, ice baths, stretching, get a good fuel and hydration in, and you know, we all have to do it, so it's not like anyone has an advantage over each other in that aspect, so just taking it one race at a time.
Relatively speaking, all the races we've seen so far, I think, except for the one that just finished, have been a little bit slower today. The heat is obviously pretty hot out. Tell me a little bit about the elements today and kind of what you guys are feeling out there.
Yeah, it definitely is pretty hot out there. The last Olympic trials was actually that really big heat wave. So I was in the final that year, and I think it was like 115 degrees that day. They ended up having to delay us to like 10:30 p.m. So I don't think anything will ever top that for those of us who were running that year. But yeah, I think it's warmer today than it's going to be the next couple of days. So for the 800, I don't think it's the worst thing to have some heat because I think our body's kind of like that. But yeah, just making sure to hydrate well and stay cool as best we can. I do think, given that they decided this year to have like the rounds different, like how it's top 6 in each heat, that definitely played a huge role in how everyone is racing today, I would say, because it's a little less pressure than like top 2 or 3. So yeah, it was kind of nice knowing like I've come in 1st or 6th and then I advance, and that's all I had to do. So
yeah, when you found out about that, were you kind of surprised by the change in format there?
I was, yeah. I had never heard of them advancing so many, but it's great to have so many women through to the semis, and it'll just be pretty cutthroat on Sunday, so gotta be prepared for that.
Yeah, it almost makes the prelims kind of just like, we just need to just place, right? Yes. Obviously you want your heat, but like for the most part you're just trying to place and just finish top 6. How does that change your kind of mindset coming into this weekend, you know, last few days especially?
Yeah, I think it definitely changed my mindset coming into today, but it puts a lot more pressure on the next 2 days. So they're gonna go from 27 women to 9 from the semis to the final, so almost 20 women don't advance, so that's gonna be pretty brutal, but just gonna have to treat that day like a final and hope that I can make it through.
Awesome, thanks Allie.
Yeah.